Hello, Rita here. Welcome to New Nail Tech Success, where I help you get started as a nail technician. How you guys doing, my YouTube homies? Hopefully you're doing as good as I am today, and just wanted to go ahead and come back at you with a new video. Going to be explaining the nail drill bits for beginners. So if you have recently just purchased a nail drill and you are confused about what bits you need, I'm going to go ahead and just give you some explanation on the nail drill bits so that you can have some confidence when you're buying nail drill bits. Okay, so when you first get your nail drill, you may get this here. It's stuck in the head. This is nothing. It's just temporary placeholder, so to speak. And you just can just go ahead and toss it aside. And you will have this here. It is a Mandrel. In fact, I should have had this off already. It will look like this, and this is a Mandrel that will come with your drill, and it will allow you to slide on your sanding bands. The sanding bands are the ones that I suggest that you start off with if you're a beginner. They just basically just slide on the Mandrel like that, and then you stick it into your drill, and then you can start filing. They come in fine, medium, or coarse, and the difference being, if you get the fine sanding band, it's going to leave the surface of your nail smooth. If you smoother. If you get a coarse, it's going to take it off. Let me go back. A fine is going to take the acrylic off of the nail slower, but the nail is going to feel smoother when you're done. If you get a coarse band, it's going to take it off faster, but the nail is going to be rougher. And if you get the medium one, it's going to be somewhere in between, a little rough, but it's going to take off the acrylic, at a nice rate for you. I stick with the medium sanding bands. Don't have a problem with them. So this is the one that I would suggest you get if you're starting off as a beginner, totally new to e-filing. I'll have the description of the bits in the description box, and if you're inclined to purchase any of the bits, I would ask that you do so using the link, because doing so supports the channel, and I do thank you. But yeah, these are your sanding bands. I used these for a long time until I got tired of buying them again, because after each client that you do or each person that you practice on, you have to remove these. You must use a new one on each person. Now, if you're doing yourself, you can go ahead and keep it on, as long as you want to. But if you're practicing on actual people, you guys, you have to take this off and get a new one each time. Okay? So that's the sanding band. Okay? They're cheap and you get a lot of them. But after a while, you will want to go to something that is a little better. And that's where we get the Carbide bits. Carbide bits, I love them. They do a great job of taking off the acrylic. They come in gold, coated, or silver. Color doesn't really mean anything. It's just a harder material that will take down the acrylic very well for you. They come again in fine, medium, and coarse. All the bits do. And again, it's the same thing, depending on what kind of surface, or finish you want. So this is what I've pretty much been steady with, and I love the Carbide bits. Now you can actually get bits made of Swiss Carbide, diamond, which is the hardest, or now they have the ceramic bits like this, which a lot of people are loving because they're saying that, oops, sorry guys, hit the camera, which I love, because people that have used it say that it doesn't heat up like the other bits, causing that burn in the nail, and that it's just an easier, smoother takedown of the acrylic. Okay, my thoughts on it. The way I lay acrylic, the smooth way I lay it, to me, this medium, and this is a medium one, it just seems like it shredded the acrylic and just really undid my laying of my acrylic. You don't want to take time to lay the acrylic all smooth and then have a bit just shred it up. And that's what it seemed like this did when I used this one. So I don't use it. I'll say I don't use it primarily. I use it. It is good to take down the acrylic for a fill that I noticed. So I will use it for that. But just for my, regular use, no. Let me just tell you that the square bits, the square barrel bits are good for, the takedown, the surface. You're just basically trying to refine the surface of the nail. That's what the square ones do. The tapered ones are to help you get into the corners, and around the sides to refine the sides of the nail. So that's just a little bit about the shape. All right, so let's talk about the size. The size of these bits in the nail industry come in 332. That's the size of the drill bit. They're pretty standard. So, as long as you get bits that are 332 for the most part, they will fit in your nail drill. That's the standard. And these are all 332s. Now, when you get your drill, you're going to get these cheapy ones that come with these cheapy drill bits that come. They're garbage. They're very fine. They really don't do anything. I don't use them at all, pretty much. Well, let me just say, I do use this one. I do use this cone here. Because they have a nail drill bit that will help you clean underneath the acrylic nail. Instead of buying that one, I just use the tip of this. And I just, if I happen to get some acrylic, I'll use that to just go under there and get it off. But primarily, I do not use these cheap drills that come, these cheap bits that come with the drills. Not at all. So that's just a note about those. Now, let me just show you some of the other bits I have. This is a natural nail bit, guys. It's supposed to help you with your prep, to take the shine off the nail. I bought it because, I heard that, you are never supposed to use any bit. I know, not heard, that you're not supposed to use any nail bit on the natural nail. So I went and bought this bit for my prep, but I just didn't like it. It just didn't seem like it really cleaned that cuticle off. So I use this sanding band. I use a medium sanding band on very, very, very low pressure, low speed, and use very light pressure to do it, and it does the job for me. A lot of nail techs will argue, that you shouldn't do that. Stick with the natural, but it's up to what you feel comfortable with, and I feel comfortable using the sanding band. Okay, so when I first started, I just thought I needed to get bits all for everything, guys. So I bought this pedicure pack bit. This was supposed to shorten the toenails. This one was to get the rough skin after the heel, after the feet have soaked. And you guys, really, it just made my job just so cumbersome. It was more trouble than what it's worth. I just used a regular file and used my foot paddle to remove the dead skin and just call it a day. And that's what you guys, have to do. You have to, with this whole nail thing, you have to buy things, and I keep stressing it, when it seems like it's going to make a difference in your performance. If it's going to help you, if you're having some kind of trouble, and specifically with an area, and a bit is supposed to help you do that job better, like blend that cuticle, then you might want to try to get a cuticle bit. If you are having lifting or you're not able to get all the cuticle off of the nail, then there's a bit for that to help you clean the cuticle. There's bits, literally, guys, for everything that you can imagine with the nail service, and it's just depending on whether or not you feel the need to try it out to help fine-tune your acrylic application. Okay. Here's a bit, when you are refining the cuticle area. It's called a safety bit. It has a dome across the top. Instead of just having the straight edges where you can cut people with those edges, this is rounded. It's not going to hurt. It's a safety bit. I personally thought it would help me out. bought it, and this dome here, while it's a good safety feature, it didn't allow me to get as close to the cuticle as I wanted to blend that cuticle as well as I wanted. So I don't use it. I don't use it. And one thing, guys, is you may buy a nail bit and it doesn't work out for you, but you might find later that, you know, you could use it for another reason. Okay. Like I showed you with these bits here about cleaning under the nail. You may be able to use it for something else. It's all about experimenting, trial and error. And the best thing to do is, if you're contemplating, when you go on these sites and you're contemplating buying the nail bits, just see what they're designed to do and then, you know, purchase accordingly. Yeah, guys, so that's pretty much it on this video. Let me see if I'm missing anything. You guys, I pretty much stick with these carbides. I use the medium, and I just bought the fine and extra fine. I use the medium for the surface, and then the fine and the extra fine that I just bought. The link will be in the description box to really seam in that cuticle area. And that's it. And you think about it, if you're using all these different bits, you got to stop, change them out. That's time taken away from your performance. A lot of nail techs that I know, we just use with one or two, and just keep it moving. We've learned how to just, keep that nail, get that nail shaped, looking good with one or two bits and call it a day. But again, you gotta figure out what works for you as far as these bits go. Alright guys, that's it. Hope it was helpful. Get you started on buying bits. Like, comment, subscribe, share the videos so we continue to grow our family. We're growing great. And if you have any questions, put them in the comment box. I answer all of them. Alright? And until next time, take care.